Hi, I'm Heiko. This is Markus. We are from Riese and Müller in Germany.
Hallo, wir sind Heiko und Markus von Riese und Müller aus Deutschland.
We built that Birdie full suspension folding bicycle.
Wir haben das vollgefederte Faltrad Birdie gebaut.
It has a very rigid main frame, just pivots for the swing arms.
Das Besondere daran ist der besonders steife Hauptrahmen und die Vorderrad- und Hinterradfederung, deren Federgelenke gleichzeitig als Fallschirme dienen.
You can fold it very easily in about 15 seconds.
Das kann man besonders leicht zusammenfalten und das Ganze geht in nur 15 Sekunden.
Yeah, we made some changes to the model of the last year. For example, we have a new hook for releasing the front fork. We have a new brake cable, which is easier to fold, and we also have a chain tensioner, which will tension the chain always when you fold it.
What would you say the main strengths of the folded are? How do you promote it?
Firstly, it's a simplicity of its folding mechanism. It's not, it doesn't frighten people with the complications of folding it. But secondly, is really the equipment on it. We've got drum brakes here, so we've got good stopping power in any weather. And perhaps if they need adjusting once a year, and the shoes in there are going to last you 5 years plus. And the gears are completely maintenance free. Here we've got a twist grip on this one, and there's nothing to fiddle with, nothing to adjust.
As well, then.
That's right, no adjustment. Yeah.
Well, so take us through the folding.
Right. Well, it's very straightforward, and even for people who haven't seen one before, they can soon sort out what we do. The main fold is just from the central hinge here. Just put the pedals in the right position, and that's your bike folded, really. You can swing the handlebars round and make it a little bit thinner if you want, and so as it lies a bit flatter in the car, or if you want to lie down its side, you've got folding pedals.
Der Hinterbau ist fest arretiert, sodass ich das Rad ohne Probleme tragen kann. Um es zu falten, ziehe ich den Hinterbau aus der Federung heraus und schwinge ihn nach vorne. Dann arretiere ich das Vorderrad mit dem Ständer. Um den Lenker umzufalten, ziehe ich ihn einfach heraus. Nachher beim Zusammenbauen kann ich ihn einfach zurückstecken und er ist direkt in der Geradeausstellung arretiert. Ziehe ihn heraus, klappe ihn hier um und arretiere ihn an der Hinterradschwinge. Den Sattel ziehe ich nach oben und klappe ihn dann nach vorne um. Wie auch den Gepäckträger. Das Rad steht jetzt einmal in dieser Position und ich kann es um 90 Grad kippen und es steht auch in dieser Position. Um es zu tragen, fasse ich es hier an der Seite, gebe das Rad leicht von mir weg und ich kann es gut auch über längere Strecken tragen. Die Tasche hat an dieser Seite einen Eingriff, sodass man sich die Hände nicht dreckig macht.
Hello, I'm Bob Dixon from the Seat of the Pants Company. This is the pickup, and we've made an important modification for this year. We've articulated the vehicle. This means that the rear wheels move independently of the front and allows the pickup to traverse rough ground. The vehicle is essentially now built in two halves and connected by the pickup bed itself, which is a load-bearing member. The main chassis is now made out of steel, but the vehicle's still very light. It only weighs 28 kilograms. We have an option of hub gears or derailleur style gears, so you can start off with either a 3-speed Sturmey Archer right up to a 21-speed Sachs 3x7. It has a quickly adjustable boom which allows riders of different height and leg length to use the vehicle. The articulation on the pickup was designed in conjunction with Mike Burrows and the University of Manchester Institute of Science and Technology. It's a very simple, lightweight solution to the problem of getting a four-wheel vehicle to traverse rough ground.
Hallo, ich bin der Wolfgang Weber. Ich habe mit Markus Schulz zusammen das Modell Transport entwickelt. Das Modell wird bei der Bernhard Fischer GmbH aus Deutschland produziert. Markus wird euch die Details jetzt erläutern.
Bei unserem Fahrradtransport handelt es sich um ein leichtes Rad. Das Rad wiegt ca. 14 bis 15 Kilo. Die Basis ist ein Chrommolybdenstahlrahmen. Das Rad wird in einer Rahmenhöhe gefertigt. Das ist deshalb möglich, weil wir einen sehr hohen Verstellbereich von Sattel und Lenker haben. Für die Lenkerklemmung haben wir eine spezielle Klemmung entwickelt, die auch von uns zum Patent eingereicht ist. Die zeigen wir nachher nochmal im Detail. Über dem kleinen Vorderrad sitzt rahmenfest montiert ein Aluminium-Gepäckträger. Er ist am Rahmen angeschraubt. Er hat die Aufnahmemöglichkeit für ein Bügelschloss und auch für die Luftpumpe. Das Fahrrad ist mit einer Schaltung ausgestattet mit 7 Gängen. Wir haben einen Rücktritt und zusätzlich noch 2 V-Brakes von Shimano.
The Zero G, it's relatively a new product at Rands. It's a very special bike in the terms of comfort. We emphasize, if you can look at that seat there, that's ergonomically designed to support an important part of your body, as well as the shock absorber, which deadens any loads that the road might be imparting to you. And in addition to that, we even have a little shock absorber in the stem. So this bike is one comfortable rig, very enjoyable to ride for long distances. And it's also fairly high performance, as you can see by the low profile on the wheels. We call it, actually, it's called a performance cruiser. And it takes the comfort of the cruiser as well as the performance of a normal road bike and puts it together in the package we call the Zero G.
Santana is a tandems only manufacturer. It was founded 21 years ago by Bill and Jan McCready, tandem enthusiasts. And the people that are working there are riding tandems themselves, and they are the worldwide largest tandem manufacturer. And they are producing about 2,000 bikes a year. They're doing a lot of custom bikes. They are only using tandem specified tubing in oversized diameter and very thin walled, and everything is double butted. Most of the tubes are made by Tange or Columbus. They are also using different materials like aluminum or titanium. SNS couplings are made out of stainless steel. They allow you to fold up a tandem in about 20 minutes span of time, and put it in either a very small box or in a hardtop case.
I'm Tim and this is my son Ben, and we've designed and made between us the Prone low profile, which is a TIG welded 531 tube Prone recumbent. It's probably the first ever Prone recumbent which has actually been put into production. There are two reasons why the Prone is a very fast machine. Firstly, we've got the thrust potential against the shoulder supports here, which enables you to thrust with more than your own body weight, quite considerably more, so as your actual acceleration potential is far greater than on an ordinary bike. In addition to that, we've got the low position, so as you're actually in the most streamlined position it's probably possible to get, and this enables your air resistance to be cut to an absolute minimum. The seat hip support actually slides backwards and forwards on the seat pin, and for people who need still more adjustability, the seat pin revolves through 180 degrees, enabling the seat assembly to be moved right back till it's virtually on the tyre. The shoulder rests are fully adjustable backwards and forwards, and the shoulder supports are also adjustable through 4 inches up and down.
Hallo, mein Name ist Bernd Bleckmann. Ich gehöre zum Team von Zweirad und Zukunft. Zweirad und Zukunft ist eine Maßnahme zur Ausbildung von Jugendlichen in Hamburg. Im Rahmen dieser Ausbildung produzieren wir Liegeräder. Ein Liegerad ist das Horizont Swing, das sich auszeichnet durch eine Sitzschwinge mit einer komfortablen Federung, durch einen unten liegenden Lenker, durch gute Gepäckmitnahmemöglichkeiten und durch ein ausgeglichenes Fahrverhalten. Das andere Liegerad, das im Augenblick bei Zweirad und Zukunft produziert wird, ist das Horizont Fast. Ein Gesamtgewicht von 11 Kilo hat, eine Sitzschale, die mit einem sehr leichten Federelement gedämpft ist, sodass auch dieses Fahrrad durchaus Komfort aufweist. Aber es ist im Wesentlichen dazu gemacht, schnell zu fahren und Spaß zu haben.
I've driven a car for about 30 years, but I gave up car driving. I decided it wasn't the thing to do and it was a waste of money and everything else, and we never looked back. People often tell us you can't live in the country without a car. We live in the country. We live in quite a remote place. We have got a reasonable bus service, but we do our shopping by bike. We have a trailer we can tow behind our bikes. We can carry anything we want. And the fact that we've just ridden all the way from Dundee with no trouble whatsoever, I mean absolutely, literally no trouble with anything on the bike at all, and that's after only riding it for about 500 miles, trialling it round home. We've only had it a couple of months. Shows its quality, you know. We've got 63 gears on this, and it runs from 16 to 120 inches. We are specifically for a mirror on this side, but we found that on roundabouts we did need one on the left as well, and George has got one on the back just for his own interest to check on what's coming along behind. Well, the braking is extremely positive. We've got these disc brakes on both front wheels.
The reason I fancy this trike is it's very professionally made, very well put together. A lot of exotic materials. The frame is made out of 100% aluminium. A lot of the fittings and fixtures are made of titanium. It's front wheel drive, so you don't have the long chain all the way to the back wheel. It's got a very tight turning circle. It weighs about 20 kilos. It has suspension in the back by means of rubber elastomers, which you can adjust according to the weight of the driver. The seat you're looking at now is the new seat we fit. It's made out of epoxy. It's adjustable. You can buy a carrier to fit on the back of the seat. The brakes are quite special. They are hydraulic drum brakes. We got an option to fit aluminium disc wheels.
The Mako is designed around the basic philosophy of 3 points. Number 1, it's super comfortable. Number 2, it's fast. And number 3, it's foldable or collapsible for storage and transportation. As far as comfort goes, we've used a seat that's designed with a mesh breathable back. Lots of adjustability in these Velcro straps and a seat cushion made out of foam. In addition to that comfort, the rear wheel, which is larger than the front wheel, supports most of the weight and is suspended by a tension wire setup with an adjustable elastomer for different riders' weights. The bicycle is also foldable or collapsible for easy transport or storage.
It's extremely versatile. It's narrow enough to go on any ordinary bicycle track. It's shorter than a mountain bike, eye level of the driver. is higher than that of ordinary car drivers, so you're very safe in traffic. You have great visibility as well. You can fit child seat of any kind. You can also attach another couple of boxes just as you please. It has front and rear suspension, so it's very comfortable as well. So it just leans in the corners, into the corners, just like a bicycle. You see this as soon as you release the stopping brake, which makes it a stiff tricycle, it just behaves like a bicycle. So you can just lean into corners, just like a bicycle, and extremely fast, just as fast as the tires will allow you to go.
Hello, my name is Kurt Bjelby. I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark. I'm an electronic engineer. It has nothing with bicycles to do, but I'm also a cyclist. So we are in Denmark, and that's why I like to design recumbents. I've built recumbents since '84, and this particular design is from '94. It's a nice looking bike. This one is called Easy because it is suspended. It's a very comfortable suspension. The rider position is designed that way because it's comfortable, and it's good when you go in headwind. I do also have an unsuspended version with the name Tough.
Hello, my name is Carl George Rasmussen, and this is Elytra, a Velomobile. I've been riding it for 16 years now, and I have no car anymore. Let me show you a few details. It is a three-wheeler with fairing, and the frame is built around the rider. You can open for the air inlets in both sides. You also have an air inlet in the nose. In the top of the fairing, you will find the back mirror. The Velomobile has also a light system, a very strong front light. And in some cases, we also use blinkers. When you are riding in the night and it's raining and you're riding against the traffic, against heavy car traffic, you need a wiper and a glass windscreen.
What's it like riding a three-wheeled recumbent on the bank?
On the velodrome, it's brilliant. I mean, the nice thing is the surface is so smooth. I mean, you've ridden the recumbents, they're nice machines, but they're very sensitive to surface roughness. And here, the new wooden boarding is just absolutely beautifully smooth. And the sensation of the banking, laying on your back on three wheels, it really must be like what Brooklands used to be like in the old days. You know, it doesn't matter you're only doing 35, 40 miles an hour. You might as well be doing 150. The sensation is the same. It's just the best way to race an HPV. It's brilliant. And the people are interested in the racing. That's what they come for, the velodrome, whatever. They're not predominantly interested in the machines. Whereas when you go to an HPV meeting, you'll see the main focus is actually looking at each other's machines. And the racing is it's not incidental, but it's almost second. They are the biggest minority type of cycle. There are more recumbents being built than tandems. Because we're going back 100 years. We are reinventing the bicycle. The diamond frame hasn't been invented for the recumbent yet. There are a series of directions. They all have problems. None of them are perfect. So it's a perfect sort of area for inventors. What the Americans did for us in the 70s when they rediscovered them was, right, we're not bicycles. We are human-powered vehicles. We are something else. We're related. We're compatible, hence we're here playing on the velodrome. We're not competing against the bicycles, but we're with them. We enjoy the same things, the same technology. And hopefully we're bridge building with some of the more traditional cyclists, and we'll get closer together. I'm not sure we want the UCI managing us just yet. But
So is it not impossible, though, the UCI may in fact decide to admit some form of recumbent in the time trial stages of the Tour de France?
I can't. The only thing that would make sense to me is on a velodrome for the kilometre event. The kilometre is such a specialised event already. The bicycles are very freaky, the riders are very special. It might make sense to relax the rules, not allow fairings, but allow any riding position for the kilometre. That would be interesting, but just for that event, because of my job with Giant, I travel to Holland actually more than Taiwan. And of course I see the Dutch and I weep, because it's so wonderful by our standards. And yeah, you could introduce the recumbent trike tomorrow in Holland. It works.
So how do we get over the inertia of the public getting on a bike?
For manufacturers like Giant to give people a better bicycle. The bicycle is 100 years old. It was effectively designed in 1885 by Starley. It was evolved by 1890. It's the bicycle for this millennium. We need a bicycle for the next millennium. Now, fingers crossed, what Giant and I are working on could be the bicycle for the next millennium. I always like to say I design things in the way Picasso does the sketches. Okay, it took 2 minutes, but it's a lifetime. All of my ideas, things from the Speedy, things from the Olympic bicycle, things from the old Amsterdam bike, all of those have really come in together. I use this lovely word, holistic. To me, holistic doesn't just mean total. It means coming together without effort. It means shaking the box and all the pieces dropping into place. Nothing forced. And the Olympic bike was a good example of that.
Diddle-diddle-bum-bum, diddle-diddle-bum-bum, diddle-diddle-bum-bum. Little, little, little,